let's get into object-oriented programming. We're going to be talking about some things that we've actually already covered, but we're going to dive deep this time. Things like the this keyword, prototypal inheritance, the new keyword, the new ES6 classes, the idea of inheritance, object.create. These are all important things. We're also going to talk about private and public fields, the idea of class-based inheritance that we might see in things like Java, and then finally cover the 4 principles of object-oriented programming. Now, object-oriented programming has been around since the 70s, and it's a style of programming that is very common in languages like C#, Python, Ruby, and obviously Java. In OOP, an object is a box containing information and operations that are supposed to refer to the same concept. It's like we're modeling real-world objects. And we've seen this before, right? Remember when we had the dragon object? We actually had some OOP principles in here. We had data about the dragon, such as name and ability to breathe fire. And we also had methods, actions that the dragon can take. In OOP, this data can also be called state. And we've wrapped this dragon in an object to model real-world dragon that contains some sort of data about the dragon and also the actions that the dragon can take. These attributes or properties allow us to keep track of the state of the object, and these methods allow us to manipulate the state of the object so that we model the real world. And that's what we want to do with object-oriented programming. We want to look at the world and organize our code and the things that we want to do into these small little object boxes that interact with each other so that we keep everything divided and organized. And when it comes to object-oriented programming, there's 2 main types. There's class-based programming languages and prototype-based programming languages. And as we know, with JavaScript, we have prototypal inheritance. By the end of the OOP part, I want you to be comfortable with the idea of why it allows us to have code that we can reason about. And to get started with this section and start learning some object-oriented programming principles, I have a nice little cartoon here. Maybe you won't get it now, but by the end of this section, hopefully this cartoon is hilarious to you. Object-oriented programming is all about modeling real-world objects and relationships. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.